Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spiritual Talks. I'm your host, Gerald. We're going to talk about eliminating self-doubt. Eliminating self-doubt. Where did self-doubt come from? Why am I always doubting myself? Listen, when we were kids, we were told to believe certain things. And that's pretty much all we were told about those things that our parents and our community, they gave to us, these set of beliefs, these set of understandings that we went out to the world as little girls and little boys, and we went out and said, this is what my mommy and daddy told me to believe, and this is what I believe. Now, the part of this is that they didn't prepare us for all the other people that had different mommies and daddies, that different experiences, different viewpoints. And doubt comes in, self-doubt comes in when all of a sudden what you thought was true is now being challenged. What you thought was okay is somehow not okay with everyone else. So where does self-doubt comes from? It comes from the ability that you have had as an adult, the ability that you have as a human being to tap out and say, I can think for myself. And that's where self-doubt comes in. If you're doubting yourself, it's probably because you have reached a precipice, a point, a fork in the road where what you were told to believe does not line up to where you're going in your life. Self-doubt creeps in where what I've been told, here's what mom and dad told me, the community told me to do, when that doesn't align with who you want to be right now in 2023, when that doesn't align, there is self-doubt. There's self-doubt. Because mom and dad told me to do this, but that doesn't make me happy. My community and faith says I should do this, but that doesn't make me happy. Everyone around me says, if you just do a little bit more of this, then we'll accept you. If you'll act a little bit more like this, then we'll bring you along. And isn't it sad to get along with everyone just enough so they like you? Right? You begin to doubt yourself because you start to lean. Self-doubt comes from the leaning into other things that don't make us feel good. Right? Self-doubt. Why am I doubting myself? There's not enough of me to feel secure. The identity, the self that is doubting is so weighed down and bogged down by all this other stuff that I was told to believe. All these identities and masks I was told to wear. And no wonder you're doubting yourself. No wonder you're confused on which way to go. Because what you were told doesn't match up with what you found out about yourself. What you were told, you're not smart enough, you're not funny enough, you don't look good enough, your eyes are too big, your nose is too big, you're whatever it is that you were told and it made you doubt yourself, you're coming to alignment right now that says, I don't believe that. Yeah. I believe there's something about me that's pretty. I believe there's something about me that's smart. I believe there's something about me that's different. And when you're doubting yourself, it's when you're when self-doubt creeps in, this is not a bad thing. This is a moment of rebirth. When self-doubt creeps in, just know the reason why you're doubting because those beliefs that you used to have no longer take residence inside of you. They don't live here anymore. The way you thought doesn't live here. So the way you believe, listen, the only reason why you're doubting is because you feel something that's stronger than the beliefs that you had before. It's no longer serving you. So understand, self-doubt is just a cue that you're on the right track. When you're doubting yourself, it's just a clue that you're pushing past limiting beliefs. When self-doubt is there, just know what mama and daddy and cousin told me I couldn't do, I'm about to do it. When self-doubt is right there, just know the breakthrough to who you thought you couldn't be is on the other side of self-doubt. It's on the other side. All the ridicule, self-doubt, other side. Self-doubt just shows you that you're ready to go to the next stage, because this self has ran its course. Right? That version of you can't live here anymore. I want you to think about how many silent agreements you've said yes to. How many things in your life have you said yes to silently? How many silent agreements have you made? And you look back at it and you said, now I don't even know why I said I believe that. I don't believe that anymore. Or I never really believed it anyway. Or I don't even know why. You've silently said yes. So of course there's self-doubt, because there's things that you've said yes to 20 years ago that you've never said no to in 2023. You've got to start renouncing things. You've got to start renouncing things that you made agreements on, that you agreed it's time to go back. Spring cleaning, it's over. It's summertime fun. We got to throw some stuff in the garbage can, because that's where the self-doubt came from. What agreements have you silently made that's making you doubt yourself? What silent agreements have I made with people, places, and things that you want to renege on? You like, you know what? I don't believe that anymore. And it's okay. It's time. It's time to do inventory. It's time to check, how do we go from good to great? We're eliminating self-doubt by gathering the information and realizing where the doubt came from. How do we eliminate it if we don't know where it came from? There's no way to eliminate the self-doubt. The reason why I'm doubting myself is because I've said yes to things that weren't me. I have self-doubt because my self-worth is low. When your self-worth is low, do you think you have very high expectations of yourself when you don't feel valuable? You have to remember how valuable you were before they told you you weren't. Before they said you were too slow, not fast enough, not smart enough, not this enough, not that enough. You were something great before they told you you weren't. But it's happened so long ago. The self-doubt is so bigger that you think that that's who you really are. You believe them. The self-doubt is because you believe them. The silent yeses. What did you silently say yes to? Yeah, I guess, right? We can change the self-doubt by implementing new behaviors, by implementing new things that completely go against everything that you agreed to, everything that is causing the doubt, the mistrust in yourself, the value, the worth that you have on yourself. How can I have faith, Gerald? How can I not doubt myself when I don't fully love myself? How do I do that? How do I eliminate self-doubt? I don't even believe in myself. I mean, I like myself. I'm okay, but I don't believe I'm like it. It starts right there. What are you believing? If your belief isn't strong enough, doubt creeps in. Worry creeps in. Anxiety creeps in. When you don't have a sense of certainty, when you don't have a sense of, I know who I am. And if you haven't done the work to discover who you are when I take your badge off, not what you do. A lot of times people confuse who you are with what you do. So I want you to do this exercise. I think this will really help a lot of people. My mother did this with me when I was maybe 15 years old. She took me in the bathroom and she stood behind me, and there's a mirror in the bathroom. Me and my mother stood in the bathroom, and she looked in the mirror, and she says, I want you to look at yourself. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking at myself. And she says, what do you see? I see me. And she says, great. Who are you? And I'm like, Mom, I know who I am. So I said my name. She said, that's great. That's your name. I didn't ask you what your name is. I said, who are you? And self-doubt can creep in right there when the answer genuinely is, I don't know. I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm a pharmacist. I'm an engineer. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm a cancer survivor. I'm this, I'm that. No, those are moments in time. Those are positions that you've held. Those are incidents that have happened. Who are you? And that's where self-doubt can creep in. So if you haven't spent time, get with a coach, a mentor, and discover who you are. Dive deep. Be curious. Who am I? Not my title, not my experiences, but who am I? And that is how you eliminate self-doubt. You get to the root of it, the core of self-doubt. And the core of self-doubt is to thy own self be true. And if I don't know who thyself is, how can one be true? If I don't know myself fully, if I've taken me, the core essence of me, and I've labeled myself as a doctor, a lawyer, a pharmacist, an engineer, and I say, this is who I am. No, ma'am, sir, madam. This is your occupation. This isn't who you are. And I don't know if you've gotten the two mingled, or if I'm talking to the right person, where you somehow think your occupation and you have merged into one person. And now you don't get to be a person. You only get to be your occupation. You only get to... Self-doubt can creep in when there's no sense of self. So, this has been another episode of Spiritual Talks with Gerald, and I hope that this resonates. And if it does, follow us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and a new one called, what is it called? Something Talk. Anyway, there's so many different mediums now. There's like so many, even Amazon now. We're on Amazon as well. But there's so many different, can you find out what the name of that is? And so follow us, subscribe. It really helps out the algorithms a lot. It lets other people know what great information is being shared here. And just know, when you get to spend some time discovering who you are, self-doubt will and can be eliminated. Until next time, namaste.